afternoon, we're going to work with a slowing down, quietening, breathing practice, which is called Nadi Shodhana. So it translates as the cleansing of the nadis, and the nadis are energy channels within the yoga philosophy. The nadis are the energy channels in the body, and there are three main ones. So the left nostril, the right nostril, and the one that runs down sort of in line with the spine. So this practice aims to just clear out those energy channels and to, in effect, on a physical level, it slows us down, it allows us to quieten down. So we're going to visualise it at first. We'll work at it that we're moving our arms, we're moving our shoulders. So we're not just going to sit here and breathe. And then at the end of the practice, we'll come to the full practice. But to begin with, if you start by just lying down, so and if you keep the soles of your feet flat to the floor, and we start, let me just check, because we're going to do a sequence at first. So, right arm down. So if we start just lying on our back, so soles of the feet flat to the floor, knees are bent. And if you gently, quietly, just allow your eyes to close. And just come into contact with where you are. Move your shoulders around a little bit. Roll the head from side to side, and just get that sense that really true well-being comes from allowing yourself to slow down. So first of all, we're just going to take our arms down by our side and take your attention to your left arm, just your left arm, and the next time you breathe in, take the left arm up, and as you breathe out, bring the left arm down. As you breathe in, take the left arm up, and as you breathe out, bring the left arm down. So just allowing yourself to slow down, quiet down. The in-breath takes the left arm up, the out-breath brings the left arm down. And then as you do this movement, take your attention to the left nostril, and just imagine that as you breathe in, you're only breathing in through the left nostril when the left arm comes up. And as you breathe out, you're only breathing out through the left nostril and the left arm comes down. So you're just imagining it, you're just visualising these things. So on a physical level, we're starting to mobilise the shoulders, and we're starting to, believe it or not, just by visualising, we start to clear the sinuses on the left side. It's been shown. So just take your attention to your left nostril and just imagine that as you breathe in, you're just breathing in through the left nostril and the left arm lifts, and as you breathe out, you're just breathing out through the left nostril. And if possible, you can take the arm all the way over on the floor above your head, where it just goes to where it goes, and as you breathe out, you bring the left arm back down to your side. So just finding that mobility or that movement in your left shoulder. So on a physical level, we're starting to mobilise the shoulder, we're starting to mobilise the arm. On a more emotional or mental level, maybe we can just get in touch with that idea of quietening down, settling down into the body. Then the next time you breathe out and your left arm comes down, stay there, breathe as you need to, and you might, even from that relatively short practice, have a sense of difference, a feeling of difference in the left or the right nostril. Then take your attention to your right arm and your right nostril, and when you breathe in, we're going to take the right arm up, and as you breathe out, you're going to take the right arm back down to your side. So you find your rhythm. I might be going a bit fast. The in-breath takes the arm up, just the right arm, and the out-breath brings the right arm back down to your side. So we're starting to mobilise the shoulders. So notice one shoulder might feel a little bit different to the other. And just see, is it possible, as you breathe in, can you take the right arm up and all the way over on the floor above your head? And as you breathe out, can you bring the right arm back down to your side? And just imagine or visualise that as you breathe in and the right arm lifts, you're breathing in through the right nostril, only through the right nostril, and as you breathe out, just imagine you're only breathing out through the right nostril. And you're moving the arm. So on the in-breath, the right arm comes up and overhead, you breathe in through the right nostril, and as you breathe out, the right arm comes back down to your side, and you imagine you're breathing out through the right nostril. And the next time your right arm comes down, stay there. Just notice how that feels. Let everything settle. You can roll or wriggle the shoulders around a little bit. And then if you like, if it's okay, as you next breathe in, take both arms up. and on the floor above your head. And as you breathe out, bring the arms back down to your sides. So as you breathe in, imagine or visualize you're breathing in through both nostrils and the arms come up and on the floor above your head. And as you breathe out, just imagine you're breathing out through both nostrils. So even if you're blocked up and you're breathing through your mouth, you can still imagine you're breathing in through the nose. So breathing in through the nose isn't just a yoga thing, it's, it's how we're supposed to breathe. Nostril breathing warms, purifies and moistens the breath. So it's always a good idea to try to breathe through your nose whenever you can. The next time the arms come down to your side, draw your knees in towards you. Lightly place your hands on your knees and rock from side to side. So we're gradually going to work into a visualisation of the practice. But we'll do movements in between, so don't ever think that you're just going to lie there and just work with your breath for half an hour, because that happens anyway. Everything else is just an exercise. So you're just rocking from side to side, just easing into the body. And then come back to centre. Now, we're going to work into the practice, just visualising. We're going to take the right arm down by our side, and if possible, the left arm comes on the floor above your head. So you just take your time. And if I'm saying breathe in and you want to breathe out, or if your arm's coming up or the arm's going down, and you get a bit lost in what I'm saying, it's fine. Just slow things down and just breathe as you do, because the best remedy to any kind of stress reaction is to just allow yourself to settle. So right arm is down by your side, left arm is on the floor above your head. So I'm going to talk you all through the visualisation. First of all, just stop, feel the breath, imagine the breath in both nostrils, and as you breathe in, the belly rises, and as you breathe out, the belly falls. And notice, are you okay to breathe through your nostrils? If you have to breathe through your mouth, that's fine, you breathe through the mouth. But every now and again, see if you can breathe in through the nostrils, and we're just visualising. So then when you're ready, take your attention to your left nostril, take your attention to your left nostril, your left arm down by your side, and the next time you breathe in, imagine the breath comes in through the left nostril and the left arm comes up on the floor above your head. And as you breathe out, imagine you breathe out through the right nostril and the right arm comes down to your side. When you feel the breath coming in, the right arm comes up and overhead. And as you breathe out, the left arm comes up and back down to your side. Stop there. Breathe for a few moments. We're back to where we started. Left arm down by your side, right arm on the floor above your head. And the elbows are quite soft, you're not stretching, and always breathe in between. If it gets too much, breathe in between. Well, obviously you breathe. So then we take our attention down to our left arm, left nostril. When you're ready to breathe in, take the left arm up and on the floor above your head. And as you breathe out, bring the right arm up and down by your side. When you're ready to breathe in, take the right arm up and on the floor above your head. And as you breathe out, bring the left arm back down to your side. Stop there. Breathe as you do. So we just imagine the breath coming in through the nostrils and out through the nostrils, or alternate, one at a time. So I'll talk you through. We're going to go again. We'll see if we can do 2 or 3 rounds. So one round is when you start on the left and you finish on the left. So take your attention down through to your left hand, your left arm, your left nostril. When you're ready to breathe in, take the left arm up and on the floor above your head. And as you breathe out, you take the right arm up and back down to your side. When you breathe in, imagine the breath coming in through the right nostril and the right arm comes up and on the floor above your head. And as you breathe out, imagine the breath leaving through the left nostril and the left arm comes down, back to your side. When you breathe in, take the left arm up and on the floor above your head. And as you breathe out, take the right arm back down to your side. So we're going to imagine when you're ready, the breath comes in through the right nostril, right arm comes up and on the floor above your head. And as you breathe out, imagine breathing out through the left nostril, left arm comes back down to your side. When you're ready to breathe in, left arm comes up, imagine the breath in the left nostril. And as you breathe out, right arm comes down, you imagine the breath leaving through the right nostril. When you're ready to breathe in, the right arm comes up and on the floor above your head. And as you breathe out, imagine the breath leaving through the left nostril, left arm comes back down to your side. One more round. When you're ready to breathe in, imagine the breath coming in through the left nostril, left arm comes on the floor above your head. And as you breathe out, imagine the breath in the right nostril and the right arm comes back down to your side. As you breathe in, right arm comes up and overhead. And as you breathe out, imagine the breath leaving through the left nostril and the left arm comes back down to your side. And then you stop and you breathe as you need to. Bring the right arm down or take both hands to rest on the belly. Stop there for a few moments and just feel how the breath is inside. Maybe the nostrils feel a little bit more open or maybe not. As you breathe in, really notice the breath in the lungs, because things do change just by visualising things. We change the way we breathe on the inside, and it's the inside of our body that gives us that health and that feeling of calm. As soon as we take our attention to our breathing, particularly the out-breath, in a very slow, quiet way, we come into contact with the parasympathetic nervous system, and those are the hormones or chemicals that slow us down. So then when you're ready, we're going to draw the right knee in, take the hands underneath the knee, ease the knee down, circle the ankle a few times one way and then the other way. Let the hands come to rest on the body somewhere that's comfortable. So we just work with the breath again. Be aware of your breath coming in. And as you breathe out, lengthen the right leg away, so it's hovering off the floor. In breath, draws the knee back in. Out breath, lengthens away. So just being with your breath for a few of these little movements. And you can slow it down. Obviously, don't go to the pace I'm going. When I'm teaching, I always seem to go a little bit too fast. So slow it down. The in-breath draws the knee in. The out-breath lengthens the leg away. So physically, you're starting to strengthen the hip. You're feeling the core muscles start to engage and the knee starts to mobilise as well with this movement. Then the next time the knee comes in, stay there, breathe as you need to. Hands underneath the knee, ease the knee down. Circle the ankle a few times one way, then the other way. And then place the right hand on the right knee and just rock the knee from side to side, just starting to mobilise the hip. And then carefully, quietly just start to circle the knee. So you can imagine there's a circle drawn on the ceiling above you and you're just starting to move the knee or trace that circle with the knee. So really softly, quietly coming into contact with your body, and then circle in the opposite direction. Just feeling how that is in the body. And then stop with the right ankle on top of the left knee. So if you place your hands on your thighs, so just to make sure that we're not tightening up anywhere, underneath your hands, tense the thighs up because they might be really tight anyway. So feel what's going on and then let go, let go. You might find the knee drop sway a little bit more. Lift the right knee up and down a few times just to ease into that hip. If there's anything going on with your knee and you don't like it, obviously you come out of it. If it feels okay, can you lift up the left foot, the foot that's on the floor, draw the left knee in. Take the hand underneath the left thigh if you can, and then just rock a little bit from side to side. So that just eases into the lower back muscles, and you can also feel that around the shoulders and the back of the waist and all those areas. And then maybe if it's okay, take the left leg up and point the left toes away, draw the toes towards you, circle the ankle, and all these kind of things really help ease into the back of the leg. And then maybe you can draw the left leg a little bit closer in. You might be able to take the hands a little bit higher, but obviously you just go to where you go. And any kind of quietness that you found when we were working with that breathing practice earlier on, or visualization, really tap into that, keep that sense of quietness and that sense that you don't have to do more than you need to. And then let the knee bend and the foot comes back onto the floor. Draw the right knee in towards you, ease the knee down, so you're just kind of realigning, and then take the right leg up towards the ceiling. The hands can still round back of the thigh, point the toes away, draw the toes towards you, circle the ankle a few times one way, then the other way. And then maybe you can take the hands a little bit higher up the leg, just to draw the leg a little bit lower down so you feel that stretch in the back of the leg. And every now and again circle the ankle, because that helps release the muscles in the back of the leg. Then you might be able to draw the leg a little bit lower. And if you keep the left foot really planted on the floor, that helps the right leg come a little bit closer. And then let go. Bring the right foot back down, so the right knee stays bent. That helps your lower back release into the floor. Draw the left knee in, take the hands underneath the knee, circle the left ankle a few times one way, then the other way. We're just going to do the same on this side, just to make sure that our lower body feels comfortable. And we're going to place the hands on the belly or wherever's comfortable on your body. Be aware of your breath coming in, and as you breathe out, lengthen the left leg away, so it's hovering off the floor. So you can feel the belly sink. You're going to work into those deep core muscles. The in-breath draws the knee back in. The out-breath lengthens the leg away. In-breath draws the knee back in. Out-breath lengthens the waist. So just carrying on. And then remember, the more quiet and careful you are with your body, more attentive you are with your breathing, the more likelihood there is that you start to calm down, that your nervous system starts to really slow down. So we're not trying to rush anything. We're not trying to be anywhere else or achieve anything right now. We're just trying to come into contact with our body, feeling of the breath and the movements inside, especially, if we're feeling a little bit under the wire, if you've got lots of things to do, just taking half an hour for yourself isn't a lot. Then the next time your knee comes in, stay there, hands underneath the knee, ease the knee down again. You can circle the ankle a few times one way and then the other way. And then place the left hand on the left knee. You can start to rock the knee from side to side, just easing into the hip again. And then as slowly or carefully and fluidly as you can, start to circle the knee. Imagine there's a circle on the ceiling above you and you're just tracing that knee, circle with the knee, a few times one way, then the other way. And always knowing as well that the hips, lower back, hold an awful lot of tension, tightness, and emotions as well. So all we're trying to do with this is gradually, carefully start to ease and let go of what's being held. And then the next time when you're ready, the knee goes out, you can place the left ankle on top of the right knee. Just see if that's okay. So the thigh muscles, they're probably tense up. So tense them up even more so you can feel all that tension. That will tighten up the hips, that will tighten up the buttock muscles and the lower back. So now let go. So see if you can allow your lower back to rest a little bit more into the floor. If that's enough, obviously, you stay there. If it's okay, can you bring the right foot in? Can you draw the right knee in? Hands underneath the right thigh and just ease the knee in. So the closer you draw the knee, the more of a pull you feel on the outside of the left hip. So, just really focusing on the sensations, and then rock from side to side. Just ease into the back of the body, massaging all those muscles that can be really tight. On most of us, if your muscles aren't tight, then you're very, very rare. And then come back to centre. So is it possible, can you take the right leg up towards the ceiling? You can circle the ankle a few times one way, then the other way. If it's possible, you can take the hands a little bit higher. So you can just feel, the closer you draw that right knee, and you don't kind of have to do too much at all, you feel the stretch, you can feel the sensations in the outside of the left hip. And your attention on the sensations in your body allows you to be present. And then when you're ready, you can bend the right knee back, bring the right foot back down, draw the left knee in, just realigning the hip, ease the left knee down, circle the ankle a few times again, because that always helps release or let go of the tightness in the hamstrings a little bit. And then see if we can take the left leg up towards the ceiling, point the toes away, draw the toes towards you, just those kind of things. And when we work with the ankles in this way, it's a really good way to help mobilise the ankles, obviously, but that helps mobilise the knees, and that really helps wake up the hips. So circling and working with your ankles is always a good idea. Well, it might look a bit easy and a little bit of a waste of time, but it really isn't. And then if you can, take the hands a little bit higher to the left ankle. Now, if you push down into the right foot, that movement down into the right foot, the purchase that you can find into the ground will allow the left leg to come a little bit lower. And every now and again, circle the left ankle, because that helps ease the tension in the back of the leg. And then let go. Stop there for a few moments. You can rock the knees from side to side, because we haven't done many rotations, so just rocking from side to side. And if that feels nice, you can draw the knees in towards you and rock from side to side, just easing into the back of the body. And then I thought we would just work with down dog. So if you come over into all fours, I'll just get rid of my hair. So have it so that your wrists are more or less underneath your shoulders, or a little bit further forward. Knees more or less underneath the hips, or a little bit further back. There's no prescription really. And just rock the hips from side to side, rock the shoulders from side to side, turn the head, all those kind of things. Get a little bit of movement. Do a little bit of a cat stretch. If you take the gaze towards your knees, round or arch the spine, breathe in, And then as you breathe out, just take your gaze forward, sink between the shoulders, sink at the back of the waist. As you breathe in, round or arch the spine. And as you breathe out, take the gaze forward, sink between the shoulders, sink at the back of the waist. So always know that you can come back to your breath. When we get really busy or when we get a bit overwhelmed sometimes, you can always take a bit of time out for yourself and come back to these simple movements. And then come to a place of sort of neutral where you feel kind of comfortable-ish. If your wrists are hurting, you can take the hands a little bit further forward, or you can come onto your elbows or onto your knuckles, or give them a bit of a shake every now and again, because wrists and hands and fingers always mostly protest when we're weight bearing. So if you tuck the toes under, if that's okay, bend the elbows, think of the elbows coming back towards the knees. Move the head from side to side so you know your shoulders are away from your ears. Lift up one knee at a time. Make sure that's okay. Take your attention to the back of the waist. Now imagine the back of the waist being drawn up to lift the knees. The heels go towards the floor as the crown of the head moves forward. The heels don't have to go all the way. If you keep the elbows a little bit soft or bent, that takes the shoulders away from the ears. And really, can you let go of the head? Let go of the head to let the neck lengthen. And notice where you feel the breath. And then when you're ready, lift the heels to bend the knees, back down and ease the hips back towards your heels. Make light fists with the hands to support the head. Or your forehead might come all the way to the floor. Just sort of see what's possible for you. And then just one more time, come back into all fours. If you, just to work with the hands a little bit, if you come up onto the base of the fingers, so if you lift the wrists, take the elbows out a little bit and then bring the elbows back just above the wrist. Lean forward a little bit into the hands or fingertips and then ease yourself back and bring the wrists down. Now when you come forward now, feel the base of the wrist, the inside of the wrist, the outside of the wrist, the tips of the fingers, the tips of the thumb. Soften the elbows ease back in the direction towards the knees, and the elbows stay wide and the shoulders stay wide. Imagine the back of there's pulleys or strings at the back of the waist. And as that feeling at the back of the waist comes up, that's what lifts the knees. And then as the heels go down, imagine the hips being really heavy to send the heels back towards the floor. And as the heels go towards the floor, imagine or feel the crown of the head can move forward, but the elbows come back towards the knees. So your attention in this position is everything. From inside underneath the ribs, perhaps there's that feeling of coming up and the spaciousness around and inside the arms and underneath the arms. Then when you're ready, we lift the heels to bring the knees down and ease your hips back towards your heels. And just see, is it possible now? Can you feel the breath in the back of the body? Can you stop? Can you let go of the weight of your head? And your head can be supported by your hands, or your forehead might come onto the floor, but you don't have to force or make any particular shape really. It's just that whole sense that the body that we have is wonderful as it is. We don't have to think we need to do any more. And then just for the final little bit, if we come back onto our backs, if it's okay, coming back onto your backs and keeping the soles of your feet flat to the floor. So when the knees are bent, that just softens the belly. And when the abdominal muscles are softer, the diaphragm muscle at the base of the ribs is softer, more flexible really. So you'll breathe deeper with less effort. So I thought we'd just work with the practice just to wake ourselves up a little bit. So if you make light fists with your hands, so I talk you all through it. Take a deep breath in and breathe all the way out. And the next time you take a deep breath in, just lightly tap the chest or pound the chest and the belly just with your light fists. And then as you breathe out, just with the palms of your hands, just slap. And then at the end of your out breath, with the tips of your fingers, lightly tap. And it can be around the chest, around the shoulders, around the ribs, around the belly. So just waking up all those areas. And then you stop and let the hands rest and you feel the breath. We just do it one more time. Make light fists with the hands and you take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in, lightly pound or punch the chest or the belly as you're breathing in. As you breathe out, lightly slap. You hear the sound as well as the sensation. At the end of the out-breath, with the tips of your fingers, lightly tap. Slow things down, hear the sound as well as feel the sensation. And then let the hands stop. And you allow yourself to feel your breath and the sensations in the body. If you're okay to breathe through your nose, you're breathing through your nose, but if you need to breathe through your mouth, that's what you're doing. And we're just going to visualise the practice that we worked with at the beginning of the class. So you're just visualising, you're not changing anything. You take your attention to your left nostril, and when you next breathe in, just imagine you breathe in through the left nostril. And when you breathe out, imagine you breathe out through the right nostril. When you breathe in, imagine you're breathing in through the right nostril. And as you breathe out, imagine you're breathing out through the left nostril. So that's one round. When you breathe in, imagine you breathe in through the left nostril. And as you breathe out, imagine you breathe out through the right nostril. You're just visualising, you're just imagining. When you feel the breath coming in, imagine you're just breathing in through the right nostril. When you breathe out, imagine you're breathing out through the left. There's 2 rounds. We're going to do 2 more rounds. When you're ready to breathe in, imagine the breath coming in through the left nostril. When you're ready to breathe out, imagine the breath leaving through the right. On the in-breath, you breathe in through the right nostril. As you breathe out through the left. That's 3 rounds. We're going to do 1 more round. When you're ready to breathe in, imagine the breath coming in through the left nostril. When you're ready to breathe out, imagine the breath leaving through the right nostril. On the in-breath, the breath comes in through the right. As you breathe out, breath leaves through the left. And then breathe, just as you do. And the most important part of any of these practices is that you allow your body to go back to how it wants to be. Because what we're doing is just an exercise. So now notice the breath in your body. If you're able to breathe through your nose, notice, do they feel a little bit different? If you need to take a deeper breath in, you take a deeper breath in. You do what your body's asking you to do. And you come into contact with that deeper intelligence inside. And you notice your breath, and you feel the breath coming in, widening, opening, expanding. And then we let go and we rest a little bit deeper into the floor, and always with that knowledge that we can always rest a little bit more than we think. And we don't have to hold or do anything really, because then your breath comes back in. And maybe we can have that possibility of surrendering to doing nothing, but noticing our breath and being with our body. And allowing everything to slow down, to find calm and peace and rest. And as we come out of the practice, or prepare to come out of the practice, knowing that if you're feeling that sense of quiet or ease, that feeling is within you. And you find that just by being with your breath, by focusing on your body. And you can always do that no matter where you are, what you're doing. It's there. So when you're ready, starting to move, moving the fingers, moving your toes, roll your head a little bit from side to side. Keeping your eyes closed if it's okay. If you want to, you can stretch the arms overhead. See how that feels. If you stretch the arms away, you can straighten the legs away and stretch the legs away. Just doing whatever feels good for you, till eventually, maybe coming, you can draw the knees in towards you, rock a little bit from side to side again before coming over onto your side. Opening the eyes when you're ready, but really only when you're ready opening the eyes. So take your time, and if there's that sense of quietness inside you, I don't want to say hold on to it, but be aware of that quietness. And know that it's always, you know, it's there to be uncovered. And only coming to sit up when you're ready.